Have you ever said to yourself, I'll start speaking when I feel more confident? Well, here's the hard truth. Unless we're willing to step out there, if we keep thinking to ourselves we're going to do it at some point in the future, that some point in the future is not going to happen. We need to be willing to be comfortable being uncomfortable. We need to be willing to step out there and take the risk of maybe making a fool of ourselves, maybe someone's laughing at us, maybe tripping over our words. What we need to do is practice. And that is a challenge because I don't necessarily want to practice in front of my boss. They're going to judge me. I don't want to practice at a networking group where I'm not going to make any connections and leave empty handed. I don't want to practice when the presentation is on the line in front of a customer. So we need to find a way to do that beforehand. That's part of the reason I'm creating the Confident Communicator Collective as a space for people to come together and practice what they need before the stakes get too high, before the presentation with the board or CEO, before that major customer meeting. Maybe you're interested in knowing more, and if you are, drop a note below the show notes. But maybe you're not and you just want some tips. So great, I'm going to give you those tips. What I want to encourage you to do is open up a Zoom call or some other virtual platform and record yourself. You can create your own Facebook group where you are the only member and go live in that group. No one will have to see it. Use your camera, your recording device, your mobile phone, your iPad, your tablet, whatever it is you own that will help you. Use your computer, whatever makes the most sense, but do it so that you can review it and decide, did that land? Now, maybe you have a best friend, and I'm fortunate that I have a daughter and a sister that are both willing to assist me. So we get on the phone. Usually, because we have iPhones, we can use the feature there. And I can share the story that I'm working on. I can share my intro that I'm working on. I can share and get feedback. And to me, that is the value of having somebody who's willing to support you, but give you honest feedback. So avoid people who are going to be nice for niceness sake. We always want to be polite and supportive. Talk to people or use people for feedback that will be honest with you. Will they tell you, that doesn't make any sense, or I'm not really sure I'm understanding your story like the way you want your audience to understand it. Or maybe you want to think of it this way. I can remember I was creating an analogy and I wanted to use a common nursery rhyme. And my daughter said, that's not going to land with the people you're speaking to, who were people in her age group. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think it was going to be a problem, but I'm really glad that you shared that with me. So that is the value of feedback. Now, maybe you don't have someone in your life that can provide that to you. So recording and listening might be your option. Well, I believe there are AI tools nowadays that can help you. I've seen the ads recently for Google Gemini. I haven't used that live version, but it sounds like that might be an option for you. What I want to encourage you to think about is this idea that practice is important. practice equals progress. It's the idea of muscle memory. Once you learned how to ride a bike, that muscle memory is there and it will be there always. Even if it's been years since you got on two wheels and pedaled down the road. Yes, will you be a little wobbly at first? Probably, but that will come back. So when I practice, when I try things out and I practice again, practice equals progress. It's not about practicing being perfect or you being perfect, but practicing is part and parcel to the experience. And maybe, as Seth Godin indicates in his new book called Practice, it is the goal. It is to do enough experiments, get enough versions of whatever it is you're trying out into the world so that people will be aware. So that's my message today, ladies and gentlemen, is find a way to practice. And if I can be helpful with that, I'd love to. Just book a call with me to learn more. You can find me on my website. But short of that, figure out for yourself what is going to work for you in terms of practice. And I believe it is practicing out loud because it sounds different when we say the words out loud than when we say them in our head. Plus, practice will give you the opportunity to try out different gestures, to lower and raise the tone of your voice, to be louder and softer, to emphasize particular points that you want emphasized. Practice makes progress. So I want to invite you to schedule times to practice throughout your day before any important event, leading a team meeting, speaking up at a team meeting, presenting to a client, presenting on stage, whatever it is for you, practice is the key to success in the future. If you know somebody that could benefit by listening to this video, please feel free to share it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, you want to do that too so you get weekly updates. Great spending time with you today. See you again.